It is a delight to interact with young minds. As indicated by the Secretary General, your age is 24. India's demographic component dividend is a global envy. 65% of our population is below 35 years of age. Median age of Bharat is 28. China and US is around 38, 39. Japan is 48. But for this group, it is all the more encouraging 24. With your addition of 45, the very special 45, the number goes to 262 so far. During my tenure as Vice President and by virtue of that Chairman Rajya Sabha, I plan to have at least one such intern from every district of the country. It's a tough challenge. We'll have more courses. This is the 8th one in the series. The program is very unique and it will be structured to emerge as a great parliamentary vertical to be globally recognized as a great knowledge source and convergence of human minds so that there can be contribution for evolution of public policy. If you have any suggestions, you will get a number on which you can share your suggestions. And each suggestion will find due consideration at my level. But before I come to real fundamentals, keep 3 things in mind. Be very relaxed. Be inquisitive. Be a good learner. Try to build bonds amongst yourselves. Try to cultivate relationships. Try to learn the art of self-learning. That will take you a long way. Because Bharat did not come into existence on 15th of August 1947. That day our bondage ended. We are a unique nation. No other country on the planet Earth comes even second close to us. 5,000 years of civilizational ethos. We are repository of knowledge and wisdom. If we look at every field, astronomy to astrology, architecture to aviation, you will find celebrated figures thousands of years ago. If you look at academic excellence, you will find our ancient institutions were of great global repute. Nalanda to name one. And if you look at the collection of books in Nalanda, the library was made to burn for several days. The 9-storied building. But our knowledge is indestructible. I therefore would urge all of you to keep one thing in mind. हम भारतीय हैं. हमारी पहचान भारतीयता है. राष्ट्र हित सर्वोपरि है. राष्ट्र हित हमारा परम धर्म है. We always have to keep the principle of nation first. When you will move around, you will have the occasion to see things for the first time. But you have to learn yourself. For example, you will have to have the occasion to see the Constitution of India. Now you must be inquisitive. When was the first meeting held? Where was it held? Who was the president? You will be surprised with the name of the first president of the Constituent Assembly. You must find out how many committees were there. You must find out how many members were there to begin with. How those members were elected or selected. What was the population of Bharat at that point of time? Where was Indian Constitution calligraphed, both in Hindi and English? How many miniature paintings it has? Why those 22 miniature paintings were selected? What is the message given therein? Why do you have Gurukul there? Why do you have Ram, Sita, Lakshman coming back to Ayodhya after defeating Ravan, the evil? It is in fundamental rights, your most valuable rights. If you wish to go further, you will see Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna giving that discourse to Arjuna. That don't look around. Who are your relatives? Who are your friends? You have to look towards goodness, your ultimate object, to be on a truthful path. That discourse is in directive principles. You will find many more meaning in the miniature seat. You must carefully look at on which date the Constitution was signed. Who are those 6 members who could not sign it? Be inquisitive. Try to get to the root of it. And simultaneously read preamble of the Constitution. Preamble of the Constitution is not its heart, is the soul. Atma hai. That says, we the people of India have given unto ourselves this Constitution. Constitution all over the world carry a preamble. The only preamble that has been changed is preamble of the Indian Constitution. You don't change your Atma. You don't change your soul. And that was changed during the most dark period of Indian civilization, Indian democracy. That was during emergency, where Supreme Court ruled there are no fundamental rights. Emergency can continue as long as the government wants. Hundreds and thousands of people were put behind bars. You young boys and girls, when you go to that room to see Constitution, you must remember 2 things. One, why did we start celebration of the Constitution Day on 26th November 1949, the day it was signed? Because you must remember, we got rid of the foreign rule. We became free once again. We must understand the struggle for freedom. People who laid down their lives, who made great sacrifices. Our history was written not properly. It is only during Amrit Kal that we found out that those who laid down their lives were virtually in every district of the country. We had struggles like Birsa Munda, Khudiram Bose. Go to any part of the country, you'll find them. So try to learn about those people who really laid down their lives to give us this freedom. And therefore, you must get fully involved in appreciating the Constitution Day. We are celebrating another day to awaken our youth, to remind them that the freedom we earned did not last for 22 months in this country during emergency. That proclamation was the darkest part of our history. You have to understand. Svidhan Hatya Divas, you must go to the root of it. Who were put behind the bars? Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he became Prime Minister. Chaudhry Charan Singh, he became Prime Minister. Many became Chief Ministers. They were great freedom lovers. They were patriots of this country. They believed in our nation. And therefore you must always remember why these 2 days are there. You must read old newspapers. When the press was so put under censorship, Indian Express came out with a blank editorial. Can you understand the meaning of it? Editorial space was kept blank. Such a devastating message was sent. Go to Statesman, you will find the same thing. And therefore democracy was defined exactly the wrong way. You must believe in that. Young friends, you are fortunate. You are living in Bharat at a time where the atmosphere is of hope and possibility. But there is greater duty on you. You have to strengthen democratic governance through unity. Inclusivity has been our thought process over thousands of years. But all around we find divisive forces. On every aspect, the nation is sought to be divided. Language. Now tell me for a moment, think. We have rich languages. Sanskrit. The entire world envies it. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, all languages, Marathi. We have classical languages, find out. How many classical languages we have? We are globally richest when it comes to languages. So how can language be divisive? Language should unite us. Those who seek to divide or engage into divisive tactics on account of language need to get into our culture. And our languages are not limited to our country. Our languages are known globally. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Sanskrit, Hindi, all are globally known. We have to be careful about it. And therefore, I strongly appeal to you to be nationalist in your mindset. You must build a culture of unity. Our diversity is not divisiveness. Our diversity is a uniting force. Our diversity is nothing but like different flowers in a garden. You all are not similar, neither in dress nor in background. You come from several states, 17, am I right? And if I take all the 262, they would have come from all the states of the country. Union territories, administrative territories, believe in that. A thriving democracy, friends, cannot afford an atmosphere of constant acrimony. You are our treasure, you are precious. Your mind must be disturbed when you find political acrimony, when you find political atmosphere in a different direction. I urge everyone in the country that political temperature must be brought down. Politics is not confrontation. Politics can never be unidirectional. There will be different political thought processes. But politics means achieving the same object, but some have different ways. I strongly believe no person in this country will think against the nation. I cannot visualize a political party being against the concept of Bharat. They may have different ways, different thinking, but they must learn to discuss with each other, have dialogue with each other. Confrontation is not a way out. When we fight amongst ourselves, even in political arena, we are strengthening our enemy. We are giving them enough material to divide us. And therefore, young minds are a great pressure group. You have very strong power. Your thought process will control the politician, your parliamentarian, your legislator, your corporator. That think of the nation, think of the development. Let us not have politics when there is national interest. Let us not have politics over development. Let us not have politics where it comes growth of the nation. Let us not have politics when it is the issue of national security, national concern, and that can happen because India has to stand proud amongst the Committee of Nations. We are well regarded in the world. The very idea that Bharat can be controlled from outside goes against our grain. We are a nation, sovereign nation. We are home to 1/6 of humanity. Our background is 5,000 years old. Our knowledge and wisdom comes from Vedas and Upanishads. No one can dictate us. Why should we allow outside agencies to calibrate us? Why should our political agenda be set by forces that are inimical to Bharat? Why should our agenda be even influenced by our enemies? And why should we fight amongst ourselves? Let us not look enemies within. Every Indian political party and every parliamentarian, to my knowledge, is a nationalist at the end of the day. He believes in the nation. He believes in the progress of the nation. And therefore I appeal to everyone in the political spectrum. Please have mutual respect. Please don't trade unbecoming language on television or otherwise against leadership of one party or the other. This culture is not our civilizational essence. We have to be careful with our language. Trust me, if political dialogue takes place at a higher level, if leaders mingle more frequently, they have greater discourse among themselves, they exchange ideas at individual level, interest of the nation will be served. Every political party has mature leadership. Every political party, big or small, has commitment towards national development. And therefore, duty of the youth to ensure this mindset. This thought process must come in social media. And once you will find our television debates soothing, positive, appealing, just imagine कितना बदलाव आ जाएगा. थोड़ा सा देखो, क्या देखते हैं अपने कानों को, क्या सुनाई देता है. कान पक गए न भाई, ऐसा क्यों है? हमारी महान संस्कृति है, हमारी विचारधारा का एक आधार है. हमारा मतभेद हो सकता है, मतांतर हो सकता है, मनभेद कैसे हो सकता है? हम भारतीय हैं. हमारी संस्कृति क्या कहती है? अनंतवाद. अनंतवाद का मतलब है वाद विवाद. वाद विवाद का मतलब है अभिव्यक्ति. अभिव्यक्ति का मतलब है आप खुलकर अपना विचार व्यक्त कीजिए, पर अपने विचार में इतना विश्वास मत रखिए कि मेरा विचार अंतिम विचार है, मेरे विचार से दूसरे का विचार भिन्न हो ही नहीं सकता. अक्सर देखा गया है, वी मस्ट बी रेजिलिएंट, वी मस्ट बिलीव इन आवर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, but we must have respect for the other point of view. If we believe in our point of view and we believe I am alone right, others are invariably wrong, that is not democracy. That is not our culture. That is ahankar. That is arrogance. That is ego. We must control our ego. We must control our arrogance. We must try to learn why the other person is having a different point of view. So that is our culture. India historically has been known for what? Discourse, dialogue, debate, deliberation. आजकल संसद में ये सब दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. मैं मानकर चलता हूं आने वाला सत्र महत्वपूर्ण होगा. I have every hope that there will be meaningful discussion, serious deliberations that will take Bharat to greater heights. It is not that everything is well. We will never live in times where everything is well. Something will be lacking in some areas at any point of time. And there is always room for improvement. If there is a suggestion to improve something, that is not condemnation. That is not criticism. That is only a suggestion for further development. I therefore appeal political parties to engage into constructive politicking. And when I say so, I appeal to all parties. Parties on the treasury benches, the ruling party, and parties that are on the other side. Democracy is never of a kind where the same party will ever come to power. We have seen in our lifetime the change takes place at the state level, at panchayat level, at municipal level. That's a democratic process. But one thing is for sure, there has to be continuity of development, continuity of our civilizational ethos, and that comes only from one aspect. We must respect democratic culture. India is perhaps the only country in the world that has structured democracy at all levels. Constitutionally structured, understand my word. Before 30 years, we had constitutional democracy only in the state legislature and parliament. But now we have constitutional democracy at the village level, at panchayat samiti level, at district level. By state election commission, which is as powerful and a constitutional body like Central Election Commission. Avoid personal attacks, I appeal to politicians. Time for us to stop calling politicians names. It does no good to our culture when in various political parties people take on senior people of other political parties and call them names. We must have absolute sense of decorum, mutual respect, and that is demand of our culture. We otherwise cannot have unity in our thought process. I would expect you to look around the world and find out one thing. The promise which you have, the opportunities which you have, the basket of opportunities which is increasing for the youth in our country is not available elsewhere. India's youth is today most aspirational because the ecosystem is positive. The government policies are affirmative. They are hand-holding. If an idea occurs to you, you can move ahead. So you must get into a culture that we must come out of the age-old silos. Our silos are the only job is a government job. The only opportunity is to work. We have demolished that idea in last 10 years. Our startups, our unicorns, and look at even in the villages. Mudra loans have done wonders. So I would want you in particular, because I will be having serious session towards the end, where I will get your ideas, where I will get your suggestions, and keep one thing in mind. You are not here for just few weeks. You are part of a system. All your life you will come to know who are Rajya Sabha interns. All your life. This structured body will be connected globally as a great knowledge source. You will get such a good feeling after a few years that if you go to any district, you can immediately find out, is there Rajya Sabha intern here? You will find he may be in government job, he may be a businessman, he may be entrepreneur, he may be scientist, but he will carry one thing, and that will be common with you. National interest at heart, national mindset. Let me tell you about mindset. What is the use of having highways if in all the lanes trucks will be running? Does the highway matter? Let's say it's an 8-lane highway and all the 8 lanes are occupied, which means discipline on road. Can we allow public order to be challenged? Someone gets a notice from court, 1,000 people collect, they shout slogans, stop the traffic. We suddenly find people start burning public property, private property. Why? How can we allow this? Then when we find noise pollution, anyone uses any kind of decibel, that is applicable to all entities, all functions, religious or otherwise. Law is law. Law has to be followed. And that is why we are a law-abiding nation. There was a time, which you must have seen yourself, where some people were above law. Now no one is above law. All are accountable to law. Am I right? That means equality before law. That means democracy. So my only appeal to you is, use every moment to learn. I have instructed the Secretariat. The Secretary General will personally look into it, your comfort. Am I right that in the morning they will be having tea at one place? Somsekhar, am I right? Yes. Good snacks. At the end of the day also. Yes, sir. And your meal will be provided from canteen. We are making their provision. You will have to stand in queue, don't bother about it. Now, 3 things you will have to do, take note. 3 things. You can take mental note or you can write. 1, write a daily diary. Daily diary. Number 2, pick up at least 3 good friends every day. Am I right? Number 3, notice something which even I may not have noticed in the new building of Parliament. The QR code. Go to the library. Learn something new, why it is there. Why that particular dwar is so cold. You will have enough homework. Cheer up. You are fine? Sure about it? No. Sure about it? Yes, good. Dekha? And I wish you very best. Have no tension. If you have any problem with respect to accommodation or any other issue, we will put a box put there every day. any suggestion, before going to bed, I will read all your suggestions. Some of you have the right even not to put your name. If you think the suggestion is such that you don't need to put your name, I don't mind. I will get it every day. Okay? Thank you so much for your patience, and be prepared